Hello, this is Alberto Herrera, and today I'm going to be reacting to the trailer for the upcoming film adaptation of Super Mario Bros. Brought to us by Illumination, the makers of Despicable Me, The Secret Life of Pets, Sing, and Hop. Before I talk about the Mario movie in this introduction, I would like to talk about my feelings towards the Mario franchise as a whole. Basically, I've been a fan of the Mario franchise since I was very young. I was born during the end of the N64 era and born during the beginning of the GameCube era. Here's a montage of every Mario/Donkey Kong game that I've ever picked up in my life. So as you can see, Mario has a special place in my heart. His games have an imaginative, whimsical, dreamlike atmosphere. I mostly love the series for the fun platforming action, the catchy music, and the replayability that they have, making them very fun to go back to as an adult. The spirit of Mario is even present in other games that I really love, including a certain spiky blue hedgehog. I even still own the NES cartridges of Super Mario Bros. And the first two Donkey Kong games, and I also own the GBA where I first played Super Mario World, right here. Aside from the games, I also remember watching the 1989 cartoon adaptation of Mario, the Super Mario Bros. Super Show. I did see the 1993 Mario movie as a kid when my parents rented it from Hollywood Video one time, and I just remember it being one of the strangest kids movies that I ever watched when I was a kid. I just didn't know how to feel about it. I barely even remember most of what happened in that movie. When I heard that Illumination was going to be making a Mario Bros. Movie adaptation with Nintendo, I was curious and somewhat optimistic at the same time about it. Unlike most of the cartoon critics online, I actually don't mind the Illumination movies. They aren't masterpieces by any means, and there are still some that I don't really like, but they can be very fun to watch, and my favorites are the first two Despicable Me movies and both of the Sing movies. Last year when the cast was announced, I was mostly fine with the actors that they chose, like Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach and Jack Black as Bowser, but Chris Pratt as Mario was one of the weirdest choices of them all. I kinda had a feeling that Charles Martinet wasn't going to be in the movie because of Hollywood's obsession with casting A-list celebrities for animated movies, but Chris Pratt was such a bizarre choice for this character. The creators of Teen Titans Go! Directing, however, gave me more interest in the movie, and it made me realize that maybe this Mario movie is going to be tonally different than the rest of the Illumination movies. They released a poster for this movie 2 days ago, and judging from this poster, I think Illumination really nailed the visual style of the Mario franchise for this 3D animated movie. The Toads look really good, they snuck in clever Easter eggs to the rest of the Mario franchise in this poster, and even though we only see Mario's backside, from what we saw of him, he did look like a cool update from the classic game design that we know and love, and it was kind of like an updated version of his Brawl design but with more colors. The designs were recently leaked for Mario and Peach, and even though they looked a little bit weird at first glance, I did grow to end up liking them, and they were quick to get used to. They're still recognizable from the characters that we know, and they also look like characters that would actually have the voices of the celebrities that they're being voiced by. Ooh, whoa, my god. Wow, this looks so cool so far. Whoa, look at all those fireballs. Oh my god, this looks so epic. This is probably the most epic Illumination movie so far, just from this trailer. Whoa. Oh my god, what is happening right now? Oh shoot, look at that. Oh my god, there he is, there's Kevin Michael Richardson. Oh god. This is so epic. He looks so good. Oh my god, that voice fits him so well.
I do not.
Wow, I'm still blown by his voice. Oh my god, a power star! Oh my god. Is that Keegan-Michael Key? Well, Mario doesn't sound that bad, and it matches his design. Whoa. Oh no, Luigi! Oh my god, that trailer looks so cool! I just can't believe how good this movie looks. It looks way better than I was expecting it to look. Illumination is like really upping their game with this movie, and it just looks oh my god, the child in me is gonna be so happy to see this movie when it comes out. Hello, this is Alberto a couple of days after reacting to the trailer. All I gotta say is that this trailer really exceeded my expectations, and it didn't feel like other Illumination movies. The story may be pretty vague in this trailer outside of the basic idea of Mario and Luigi going from the real world to the Mushroom Kingdom through a pipe and stopping Bowser from using the Power Stars to take over all the kingdoms, including one that has the penguins you like throwing off the cliff in Mario 64. But from what they presented here, the film holds a lot of promise, and I expect tons of surprises when I see it myself. The two big things I want to talk about regarding this trailer are the visuals and the voice acting. Let's start with the visuals. My god, the visuals look so spectacular. From the dark and gloomy first half of the trailer to the other half when we see the vibrant Mushroom Kingdom, it all looks exactly how a 3D Mario movie adaptation should look like. I love the detail they put on the characters, the giant mushrooms, the effects like the lava, and even subtle details like the Cheep Cheeps being in the river. The redesigns of Bowser and Kamek, which we did see beforehand, also look really dang great. Bowser especially. My favorite part about his movie design is how they handled his mouth. In the 3D Mario games, I always found Bowser's mouth to be an odd part of his design. Not because it looks cartoony, but because the mouth almost never closes and the teeth placements look off. In this trailer, Bowser actually closes his mouth and the teeth placements look more natural this time. The facial expressions in this trailer are also fun to look at. The animators gave the characters just enough energy to supplement the voice performances. I also noticed a lack of heavy motion blur which are present in most Illumination movies, and the character animation having more noticeable squash and stretch. Stylistically speaking, this movie doesn't feel like it takes place in the same universe as Despicable Me, Secret Life of Pets, or Sing, which is nice to see. Not because those movies have bad styles, but because I like seeing studios use different styles for different movies, which is one reason why I like Sony Animation and Blue Sky as studios. Now I'm going to talk about what everyone's talking about regarding this trailer, the voice performances. To start with Bowser, I love his voice. Just from Bowser's 3 lines in the trailer, I could easily tell that Jack Black put a lot of time and effort into voicing him.
Open the gates! I do not. I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
The deep voice fits perfectly, and I honestly prefer it over the cheesy voice he had in Super Mario Sunshine.
Mario! How dare you disturb my family vacation?
Jack Black's voice along with the late Harvey Atkins voice acting from the 3 DiC Mario cartoons are my preferred voices for this evil Koopa King. Don't ask me which voice is better though. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad is my other favorite voice in this trailer. Keegan did show one time that he could do a great Toad voice. Baby Boomy, that's the funniest thing that ever happened in the whole world! And his voice as Toad here is unsurprisingly excellent. Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! His voice has a squeaky feel of the Toads from the Mario games, but Key is able to not make it sound annoying or unpleasant. It actually reminds me of Toad from the 3 cartoons. Kamek's voice, which was done by Kevin Michael Richardson, is also really well done. It sounds nothing like the other voices I heard from him. I'm really happy that they hired a professional voice actor like Richardson along with the big A-list celebrities, and I wish it happened more often with Hollywood animated movies. But now we gotta talk about the elephant in the room, Chris Pratt's Mario voice. While I do think his voice isn't bad, and it matches the updated design, I do agree that he could have put a little more work into his voice. It sounds less like Mario and more like his role as Barley in Onward. I can kind of see that he was trying to go with the Brooklyn accent in the vein of the great Lou Albano from the Super Show rather than Martinet's over-the-top Italian accent, but this delivery is pretty awkward.
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
It kinda sounds like Pratt remembered partway into speaking that he had to do an accent, so not a bad or offensive new voice for Mario, but not exactly great either, especially compared to pretty much all the other voices in this trailer. But this is all based on 2 lines and a scream from one trailer. I'm not going to try to tell Illumination and Nintendo to redub all of Pratt's voice with Charles Martinet's voice. I need to hear more in another trailer before I can fully determine if I will like his performance. Who knows, maybe his accent is better most of the time in the movie, but the ones they picked for this trailer were the weak ones. I do also want to hear more of Charlie Day's voice as Luigi as well as Peach and Donkey Kong's voices, because I think all 3 of them will sound great. So overall, this trailer really sold me on the movie. It looks like a great way for Nintendo to really get back into video game movies, and it also looks like a good sign for Illumination's future. With both this and the announcement of a new adult animation label, it seems like Illumination is going to take more risks now with their movies instead of just being seen as the Minions studio in a similar way to how Blue Sky was unfortunately seen as the Ice Age studio. So I hope the Super Mario Bros. Movie will be as great as the trailer. If it is, it could possibly end up replacing the first Despicable Me as my favorite Illumination film.
Oh yeah!
But we'll have to wait and see. So those are my thoughts on the Mario trailer. Please let me know in the comments what you think of this trailer and also if you are looking forward to the movie or not. Thank you for watching, and remember, don't have a good day, have a great day.
Don't touch it!